Hi guys, it's Steph here at Bujo Bear. This week for my video I thought I would show you how I use my bullet journal to keep track of everything to do with the HSA, or is more commonly known as the PTA, Parent Teacher Association. Our school, not all the families are nuclear, mum, dad, boy, girl, whatever. Some people live with their grandparents, some with carers, some with other family members. So we call it the HSA, which is the Homeschool Association. So I use my bullet journal to keep track of all the things to do with the HSA. So I just write down the roles and responsibilities of all the people involved. As you can see, I am the secretary of the HSA. Some upcoming events that we have this term, which is basically from September until December. We have an autumn fete, Halloween disco, we have the Santa photographs which we take, and we also do a raffle draw where each class creates a hamper and we raffle off the hampers. I just make a little note of any appointments to do with the HSA that are coming up this term and the next meeting that we have. This is just my simple, quick to-do list before our meeting. As you can see, I've done most of it. The only thing I haven't done, I've written the newsletters, but we haven't printed and sent them. We're going to do that this week. So I just made some key points from the minutes of our meeting. As you can see, it was mainly to do with our autumn fete. I just kept track of everything to do with that. As you can see at the bottom, it's just a little extra note. We raise money for the school and the children, but as part of the community, we also give charitable donations to various causes to do with our teachers, the children, their families, and one family was raising money for special baby care units, so the HSA agreed to donate money on behalf of the school and the children, and just made a note of a few key details of our other events that we've planned so far and the date of our next meeting. Now, as we've got an autumn fete coming up this year, I've just made a little stall list. These are a list of all the stalls that we are going to have. And this side, I've just done the initials of the teachers, the parents, members of staff and the HSA who will be manning these stalls. As you can see, some are fairly simple and don't require too many people on the stall. Others will be very busy and require a lot of people manning the stalls. So it's just to get a good overview, and if anyone has any questions about where they are, what's involved in it, we can answer them here because we've got records of it. Sorry, I can just hear my little boy screaming upstairs. He's playing his games. Okay, so on this side is my basic to-do list that followed on from our last meeting. So you can see I just make a little note of all the things I need to do, preferably before the next meeting. So you can see we've done one, which was discuss the Barclays Bank Fund match for Christmas events or our fete. Basically, Barclays get involved, and with regards to fundraisers, if you raise up to £1,000, they will match and donate that money to the school as well. So we just had a little discussion of whether we would raise more money with our Christmas events or our fete. And that was the only one I've ticked off so far. We've also got to discuss the school calendars, prepare the hamper information. We've got to contact and book Santa for our Christmas photos. I need to do the agenda. I need to write thank you letters for all the people that have donated raffle prizes. We need to make banners for each stall. That's the last thing that we need to order for the fete, and then everything else is done, and it's just the donations. And the first thing, the priority, is finalising, basically printing, and we've got to send out the newsletters on Monday next week. Okay, so each year we do hampers, as I mentioned. So we just wanted to make a quick little list of things that we would put in the hampers. We print this list off then and give it to each class. Parents then can either choose an item that they'd like to bring in from that list, or sometimes parents donate specific things that are listed to them by the teachers. So just a brief little thing of what I'm going to include in the newsletter this year. So for this term, we do a termly one on autumn, summer and spring. So these are the forthcoming events for the autumn term. And I just like to put in the amounts that we raised last term, which would be the summer term of the previous academic year, because parents like to know that we are raising lots of funds and that it's worthwhile. But also they like to know what we actually spend the money on. So last term we spent it on the World Book Day prizes. We bought a new iPad Pro for the computer suite, which all the pupils have access to and can use during their ICT lessons. We bought a new rabbit hutch for our school rabbit, and we bought some outdoor storage units for the quiet yard at the back of the school to keep all their things in. And up here, I've just done a little brief not mental, because you can see it's an actual physical note, but all the things that I had in my head, keep track of in the bullet journal now. I use it to keep track of various things that are coming on later in the year after the autumn term. So when we start back, say, sort of after December in January, these will be all the things that we tend to do throughout the year. So, and you can see certain places I've just put whether it's the spring term or summer term that they usually take places on, and we've put provisional dates down because obviously Valentine's Disco will fall around Valentine's Day. It's usually on certain days of the week discos are, so we put them there. The Shorts and Shades Disco and the Leavers Barbecue for the children in Year 6. That's usually the last Monday before they break up from school. St. David's Day photos. Now, obviously that's going to be 1st of March because that's when St. David's Day is, but we tend to do an Eisteddfod then, so it'll probably be either the day before or the day after. So I have to just make a mental note there and check the school diary and book dates in for that. We have various fundraising events throughout the year that some of them you can see they have outgoing by them. So it's basically an event that the HSA organises, but that we're not actually raising any money for. We give out the money. So World Book Day is obviously a specific time of the year. It's usually, I think, about the first week of March, usually the first Thursday, in the UK anyway. I'm not sure about abroad. But what we do is we get the children to dress up as their favourite book characters, and we give prizes for the children in each class. And we give prizes for the best in the infants and the best in the junior schools. We have the first, second and third. And they are book-related prizes. And we do the same with Easter. Parents, obviously, they don't have to get involved, but if they wanted to create Easter bonnets, or we call it egg extravaganza, where they decorate eggs in various circumstances, various situations. And the best ones, again, we donate Easter eggs. So it's nice for the children to obviously get involved, and they get prizes again. I'm sorry, I can still hear him having such fun upstairs. And the last page I've got to do with HSA before I do the finances, but obviously I won't show you guys all the finances until they're completely cleared from this following year. The previous year, sorry. The confirmed raffle prizes that we have for our autumn fete this year. You can see we've got tickets for a show showing at our local theatre. We have vouchers for free admission for Techniquest, which is a science-based museum. We've got a family ticket for Danarogov Caves, which is a local attraction. We have vouchers for a water park, an ice cream parlour. The Ospreys is in fact our local rugby team, so we've had some signed merchandise from them, and a local cleaning company has donated a voucher for 2 rooms for free carpet cleaning. We have applied to other ones, but we haven't had any replies from them yet. There's still plenty of time for them to get in touch, so you can see there's plenty of room for me to add any further prizes. So in terms of PTA and HSA fundraising, the bullet journal is a fantastic place to gather all the information to do with them. You could probably see from my previous list of things that I need to do. I need to write the agenda for the meeting, our next meeting. So obviously my agenda will go in here. We've ordered lots of things for the fete. So obviously when they come in the finances, we'll keep track of how much they were. So we know our outgoings, so we can do a profit and loss from the fete. When we have any discussions and meetings, I will write up my minutes in here. So it's just a fantastic place to keep track of everything to do with our school fundraising events. So thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye!